That the entire purpose of affirmative action, set-asides, civil rights laws, laws that limit constitutional rights to freedom of contract, freedom of association, all of that was to make up for the legacy of slavery and Jim Crow. So unless these benefits are going to, roughly defined, foundational Black Americans, the descendants of American slaves, you've taken away the whole purpose of this. So to make the point that Kamala isn't a foundational Black American, I'm always pointing to unless these benefits are going to, roughly defined, foundational Black Americans, the descendants of American slaves.
African Americans built this nation. You built this nation. You're just starting to get real credit for that, okay? I don't know if you know that. You're just starting to you built the nation. We all built it, but you were such a massive part of it. Bigger than you were given credit for. Does that make sense?
You have said that you resent the idea of being called an African American, that
Yes.
you are a Black American.
Yes.
Explain.
I think that when they call Black people who were born and raised for generations in this country, if you accept the handle of African American, that says that you don't accept being an American American. You don't accept being born in Chicago or New York or Detroit or wherever you were born. For generations your family has been here, built this country too. Sweat and tears and all that, fought in every war, okay? So this is my country here. So I don't want to be called African American. I'm an American American. My people have died and done everything for this country.
I'm always going to be known as a Black American. I can't call myself an African American because when they want to separate us, then they say we are African American. But remember this: when I'm competing in the Olympics, I didn't compete on an African American Olympic team. I competed on an American Olympic team. So don't separate me when you want to separate me.
I am not an African American, I'm an American. I am a Black American, I am definitely Black, and yes, my ancestors come from Africa. How long does a bloodline have to live in one land before they are considered a pure species of that land? Meaning, how long did my people have to be in America to say, hey, no, we're American, compared to some people who are English American, who are Irish American, who are German American from their ancestors, but they get to call themselves American. There's nothing wrong with being African American, but a true African American is someone that is from Africa and moved here, either first generation or second generation, and has a tie to that country that I do not have. One of the first census in Virginia that allowed for Black people to have a name was somebody from my family. So that means
Africans don't even fuck with us.
Wow.
Because they don't. We're not from the motherland. We're from America. So I'd rather say I'm a Black American. So I consider myself a Black American. I don't consider myself African American and shout that. Because Africans don't even fuck with us.
Wow.
Because they don't.
I don't mind the term African American. I don't want to be called African American.
Why is that?
I'm not African.
Very strong.
As I was going back to see, he pointed out for me I could go back when I want to. Go back to where? Huh? Go anywhere.
Sir, could you stand up? We can't hear you. Could you stand up over there by the microphone?
You mean to Africa? Do you mean to Africa? Do you mean to Africa? We are not Africans no more. You have raped our great-grandmothers and stuff and changed us. Finish. Let me finish. I just want to tell you that. And don't say nothing else to me.
Sir?
Yo, I remember being called African booty scratcher back in middle school, bro. Even I was calling other people African booty scratchers back in middle school because my mom and dad, they're both from Africa. My whole entire family's from Africa. So I can relate to being called African booty scratcher, but I too was also calling them African booty scratchers too. I was roasting them back. You know what I mean? So
That show me subscribe.
Make no mistake, we're the only black people in y'all that only eat rat, eat cat people. You ain't black, you ain't that. Matter of fact, your black is repo, I'm taking it back. Cause y'all making it whack, faking jacks, y'all from the slave, raiding the tax. Bitch. We built the foundation, our innovations were groundbreaking. Y'all ain't wanna get down, now you around, hating, faking, with the linear in and out, the ground shaking. Someone say, FBA, we don't run away. We stay, we slay, we pray, we say, Someone say, FBA, we don't run away. We stay, we slay, we pray, we say, Make no mistake, we're the only black people and y'all the only eat rat, eat cat people. You ain't black, you ain't that. Matter of fact, your black is repo, I'm taking it back. Cause y'all making it whack, faking jacks, y'all from the slave, raiding the tax. Breaks, pause, pause. We built the foundation, our innovations were groundbreaking. Y'all ain't wanna get down, now you around, hating, faking, whittling and eating, now the ground shaking. Someone say, FBA, we don't run away. We stay, we slay, we pray, we say, Someone say, FBA, we don't run away. We stay, we slay, we pray, we say,
Honestly, I feel like as an African American, this diaspora bullshit is dumb as fuck. Stupid. Don't get me wrong, it's stupid as hell. And also a little bit frustrating because we know if the tables were motherfucking turned and this was AAs talking about Africans, baby, we be getting dragged on this internet for weeks. We be getting all types of names, baby. All types. And to receive hate from a group of motherfuckers that look identical to us is the craziest shit ever. And I honestly would have never expected it. And then some of y'all, your excuse as to why you did the trend is because you were called an African booty scratcher in middle school. I was called an African booty scratcher. I'm not even African. So if you're going to try to come up with a reason as to why you dislike African Americans, use something else. And let's not forget, we were all 13. I don't know anybody in 2022 that's still referring to any black people as African booty scratchers. So if we're going to be anything, let's be fucking for real. And y'all have always, the ones that dislike African Americans, you have always wanted to make it seem like that we hate you guys just so much, when really it's the other way around. Because let's be honest, this shit is one-sided as a motherfucker right now. Because in our African American households, we were not taught to dislike people that look just like us, because that's dumb shit. But in your household, something else is going on. You guys are sitting at the table brainstorming slurs to call other people that look just like you. Is akata the word? Yeah, I thought y'all ate with that shit and you didn't. You definitely regurgitated. Because I didn't forget the trend where y'all got on this bitch and let us know how much your black African parents hated your African American peers. And the crazy thing is, those same parents that call us those slurs are those same parents that filled out mountains of paperwork to get their asses over here on land that was built on the backs of our ancestors. The reason you are able to free roam here today. It's crazy, isn't it? And then I see some of y'all living in America talking about some, oh, America isn't that great. America isn't all that. You're right. Yet, you get on your knees begging and pleading your parents for mercy when they want to send you in the next box to Africa because you came in your curfew 2 minutes late. I've seen it. So if we're gonna be anything, let's be fucking for real.
Peace, family, peace. Let's definitely get the likes up. Thank you. The likes up. Let's get the likes up. Oh no, I'm gonna come back to that. Come back to. Oh yeah, that's actually it.
Your support, and I really appreciate your support. I love.
All right, Carl. Carl's in the building. Carl, what's up, man? You can unmute yourself. Press unmute. Gotta unmute yourself, Carl. Just tap mute.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, go ahead, brother. Yeah, okay, go ahead. We want to wait. What do you disagree with?
Okay. What is going on in America right now? Black people claiming that they Indians, and I'm seeing foundation of Black Americans have hostility towards people, other Black people from other places like
What
the
other? Wait,
Caribbean.
start there. There are. Wait. You just said the Caribbean, right? How many islands? Just off the top of your head, how many islands are in the Caribbean? Do you know? I don't really know. Do you know?
Probably around 13, to be honest. It's a lot of
Okay,
small islands.
right. So can you what if I say name one, what comes to your head?
Jamaica, that's it.
Right. Now, how come you didn't say Black Jamaica? Why you just say Jamaica?
Repeat that because I don't understand the question.
Okay, so so people who live in the residents of Jamaica are called what?
Jamaican people.
Right, not Black people. So in America, the residents here are called Black, right? And it's not a descriptor term.
No, it's called American people in general, not Black, not white, not Indian, not Asian, just American people, but just to put a description on it.
No. See, and that's the issue. I could tell that you're not, and it's okay. We can still have a conversation, but you're not Black American, right? As far as your lineage.
No, so that's why I've been wanting to talk to y'all because I want to get to this because
All right, so just
I
hold on
don't
for a second.
understand what's going on in America.
I'm trying to help you understand. You're talking over me. So I'm starting with Black. I'm saying there's no Black Jamaican, there's no Black Haitian, there's no Black Nigerian. They're just Nigerian. They're just Jamaican. They're just Haitian. There's no descriptor. You know that. So when we use Black, brother.
Nah. You have Indians. You have Indians in Jamaica. You have
Yeah, but
Chinese people in Jamaica.
Could you miss? Right, and they're not Black. They don't have Black in front of it. You prove my point. They're just Indian. They're just Chinese. Okay, when it comes to us over here in America, we're just Black. Like there's no Black this, Black that. We're just Black. So for us, Black is not a descriptor. It's not describing us. It's who we are. It's our ethnonym. Just like Jamaica is their ethnonym, Jamaican is their ethnonym, Mexican, that's their ethnonym. So when we say Black, we use it no different than Jamaican, Mexican, Chinese, Indian. We don't use it as a color, like to describe how we look.
You're a foundation of Black American, correct?
Of course. Wouldn't be nothing else.
Wow. Like, yes. So I'm, this is what I want to know. Like, what's like the thing that, cause I really blame those Africans like Akon saying like Black people in America are lazy. And I've been wanting to talk to an FBA, or if you go by that, because I want to know, do y'all really believe that? Do y'all really believe that y'all lazy? That y'all are lazy?
Of course. No, ain't nobody work. Nobody. Well, first of all, we can't be lazy. We built the country. That's far more work than anybody in the island or anybody that diaspora or the continent African has ever done. So we have done more work than anybody that's dark in the world.
Okay, so I see that, and I agree with you, but I'm gonna say that the white man leveraged your ancestor to build that country. But let me say this, though.
Don't matter.
So,
Just still built it. Don't matter.
that's
Still
true.
built.
That is true.
But
Let me say this,
hold
though.
on. Wait. No, wait. Let me just respond to that. The white man tried to levy you guys to build something, and it never happened. You see
Facts.
that? Right.
No.
Wait.
The white man did have a production line in Jamaica now. So don't
Right.
talk about build. It's just straight
but
production.
nothing. Right.
Wasn't
but
no
nothing
building
happened.
for no capitalism, because America is a straight up production line right now as we speak. And America is a straight up meritocracy. So a black person could come there. A black person could come to America with merit. America is a meritocracy and get
When you say
better
black person,
privilege.
be more specific. A black person
Any
come
black
here with
person,
name
any
one in
black
particular.
person.
Name one.
A
Just
black
randomly.
person from England.
And what are they called? Wait, hold on. How did they get to England? Was it from the islands?
No, man. Straight. All right. That makes sense. What you're asking me makes sense. Just saying they
I
went
know.
they went from just from Africa to England. Just the average thing that happens
Okay.
in certain aspects.
All right, but anyway, go ahead. So, okay, you said, okay, cool. You said they could come over here off merit and do what?
And prosper and do better than a person that's born and raised in America and get more respect because they came with merit.
No.
No.
Okay, that's
Let me
hold
give you an
on.
example. Let
Wait,
me
okay,
give
give me
you
an
an
example. Go ahead.
example.
Give me an
Let me
example.
give you an example.
Sure.
Okay, say a black person from England. He's black and he
No,
has.
he's British, right? Like, can we call people the normal
Oh
stuff?
my
Because you're gonna confuse us.
goodness,
Yeah.
man.
You said
Okay,
England, so isn't he
I'm gonna
called
go.
British?
Since it's your platform, I'm gonna go with what you're saying. He's a
Yeah,
British person.
right. You're gonna confuse
Uh,
us, making everybody black.
but we have to give them some type of description, a feature, so we can
No, you
understand
don't.
what we're talking
Once
about.
you can say the British people that came there from Jamaica or the islands, and we know exactly what you're talking about. But go ahead.
Listen, we're strictly talking about black people here. I'm not talking about nobody else. I'm talking about straight up black people. So a British person who have this, let's say, this computer programming skill that nobody has in the world, and he is renowned for that skill. He is renowned for that skill. And America wants him because his talent is so good. They don't want China to get him. They don't want Russia to get him. They want him in America because America wants to be number one when it comes to technology and computer science.
So Britain don't want him?
Britain don't want him. America wants him.
Really? A
America
guy that
is.
valuable? Okay, go ahead.
Oh
That
my
sounds
goodness.
crazy.
Come on, man.
Everybody
Come on.
want him,
You
but
see
everybody want him,
you
but
see
British.
you guys with this platform. You see
Everybody
these
want him,
guys
but
with
British.
this platform. You're not letting me talk. All right, let me talk now.
Go ahead. Yeah, make it good, bro. Sorry, I'm just feel like, wow, everybody want him, but his homeland. But go ahead.
So what you're saying that America is really fighting against China right now for technological dominance. And I'm gonna speak on AI.
What this guy
pretty
do with why
soon.
you call? It's crazy. What this guy do with why you call?
Okay. The reason why I'm calling because I want to
No.
see the climate in America when it comes to black people in America and other black people from other places other than America that move to America. What is the problem?
Why did they move to America?
Because of the white man's infrastructure. That's why. It's not because of black people, because black people ain't building nothing in America. It's the white man's infrastructure. That's why.
Okay, cool. So
You're
let me ask you this.
laughing. This is facts.
All right, so hold on.
It's
I'm just
because of
glad.
the white man's
Hey,
infrastructure. It's not
I'm gonna take it.
black people in America's infrastructure. It's the white man's
Okay.
infrastructure.
All
People
right, so let's
coming
go
to
with that.
benefit from that.
All right, let's go with that. Let's go with that.
And this
Let's
is
go with that.
facts.
Okay, let's go with that.
We
Okay,
have
you
to go
got.
with it because it's facts.
All right. Are you just gonna do a monologue or what's going on here? All right. So now let me ask you this. So those quote unquote black people, were they allowed over here before 1965 in mass?
All right, when did those people from Italy and all those other places come to America?
Well, well, Italy, you're talking about 1800s. Okay, but
Really?
yeah, really,
In the
yeah.
1800s?
Yeah. Okay. So hold on. Hold on. Listen, you asked the question. Now I'm somebody who studied the history of immigration in America. Okay. So you're talking to the right one. Now you're talking about Ellis Island. You're talking about those Eastern Europeans and
I
Southern
think it's
Europeans.
called the Mayflower or something like that.
Yeah, okay, that's yeah. Well, yeah, you take it 1700, you talking about yeah, 1700, still
I'm
1800.
gonna
You
go
talk
check this. I'm gonna go check
yeah.
this. So
Yeah, go ahead do that.
guess
Go ahead and
what
do
you
that.
saying?
Go ahead and do that.
So what was your question again?
Okay, so the question was not about Italians. The question was about the quote unquote black people from that's non FBA. You said they came over. I said before 1965, with all the merit they
65.
had. Yeah, before 1965. That's the immigration law, the Hurt Immigration Act. So before 1965, were these strong intellectual blacks, quote unquote blacks, globally allowed into America en masse to work with that merit and great intellect? Were they allowed in this country to share it and where white folks can benefit from it? Yes or no?
I don't know.
Okay, so 1965 is the Immigration Act. Now that came on the heels of, hold on, because you said it wasn't black people. Now the 1965 Immigration Act was tied to the 1964 Civil Rights Act. Okay, that's something that black Americans got passed. So literally, none of those
When did
black
Martin Luther King die?
68,
63?
68, buddy.
68?
Yeah,
You sure about that?
go look it up. Malcolm X died in
Okay, keep talking,
65.
keep talking,
Yeah,
keep talking.
yeah, I know. You mean keep
Listen,
teaching?
listen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say this to
Well,
Black
I asked you a question though.
Americans.
I asked you a question because you said it's all about merit and smart foreign blacks, right?
See,
And hold on, you
but
listen to the
you're going
question.
to the past,
Listen,
like you talking about. Your ancestors built the country. You're going into the
you went
past,
to the
but I'm
past.
listening.
So I just asked you a question. I
I
said,
went to
all
the
okay.
past.
So the question, and then you can have it back. The question was simple. You based everything off, you said meritocracy, right? You said everything's off merit, skill, education. Like these people get the job. America
This
don't
is
discriminate. Wait. I'm building up. I'm just parroting what you already said. I'm adding more emphasis, right, to the chat, not just for you. Meritocracy is about people who are skilled, educated. They got the merit that you said. And you said America doesn't discriminate. America wants those people into the country. And I was asking you, those same black foreigners with that skill, education, and merit before 1965 was America looking for their talent?
wasn't like I was raised in America, so wasn't those time with Jim Crow and all that, wasn't those the Jim Crow era? So if that was the Jim Crow era, then you have a point. But right now, what I'm saying,
Okay,
America
but
is
you're missing the
America.
point though. No, you're missing the point. When I'm actually connecting, I'm actually giving you the bridge. I'm connecting with you're missing. You're skipping past an important act. The
Okay.
CERT, it's called this Cert Immigration Act, if I'm not botching it. Without that, America that you know now, that's all inclusive, that want people for their merit, that won't happen. It was Foundation Black Americans who made sure, like Dr. King, who made sure those foreign blacks get hired based on their merit. So when you say it was the white man, you just hop, skip, jump over us for the reason why y'all over here. That's crazy. But go ahead.
No, listen. If you're gonna do that, I'm not trying to argue with you because I love Black Americans. I think y'all are the most intelligent. Shit. Oh my goodness. Anyways, I'm not disrespecting Black American. I'm not disrespecting Black American.
Really, you just did. You said it was white folks.
How did I just did? How did I?
Yeah, you said it wasn't us. You said it was white folks' infrastructure.
Whose infrastructure is it? Tell me.
Ours. Well, we built this.
Nah, man. You built it because you got leverage, man. Let's be honest. That's the thing that I don't like about it.
Was it built by our hands? Was it built by our hands? Yes or no?
You guys, obviously, in the past, you guys got leverage. You would have never built it without the white man foot on y'all necks. Without the white man having his foot on the black man neck, y'all would have never built it.
However you want to justify it, it got done. Now you look, it got done.
With the white man foot on y'all neck, with the white man foot on y'all neck.
Okay, right. Okay, now listen, it could be Satan's pitchfork. It doesn't matter. It got done.
And y'all that's what makes us foundational from it. Y'all supposed to get the reparation. Abraham Lincoln made deals with the black soldiers. And when he died,
what deal did he do with the black soldiers?
Let me talk first.
Wait, no, you can't just talk. Wait, hold on. You just can't talk. We got to educate. We got a listening audience in the building, right? So I'm just asking you. You said he did a deal with the black soldiers. I'm asking you, what was the deal that he did?
There was certain benefits for black prosperity,
such as what?
I can't call it. I don't have that type
what about freedom?
Recollection.
What about freedom and American citizenship? You ever thought about that?
Black prosperity. Black people's prosperity in America.
Yeah, you sound like kind of Spanish, bro.
So let me say.
Like, yeah, you sound kind of Spanish, my man.
Oh my goodness. Let me say this. Abraham Lincoln said he was going to give black people a lot of privileges, okay? So he died, and that other president, that little racist other president, yeah, exactly. That other president.
What about the Freedmen banks? What about the Freedmen banks?
Exactly. You are very knowledgeable. You're very knowledgeable. Let me say this. That when he got assassinated, that other little racist president, his vice president, came and derailed all that. Derailed all of that. All of that. Is it that's facts, right? You agree with that, right?
Yeah, he came and did some sabotage work.
Okay. So you guys deserve reparation for that, and y'all still ain't get it. Asians got theirs. Jewish people got theirs over there, and who else got things?
Italians.
This is documented. Okay, and you guys still ain't get y'all's, and it's documented already. So what's the problem with y'all not getting y'all's? Because y'all not respected. You guys are not respected.
You asked the question. Slow down.
Been got that.
Slow down. Let me say this. No. You can't rant. I gotta mute you. You can't rant. You asked the question. I got to answer. Well, first of all, everybody who was harmed.
The black man is not respected in America.
Okay, so let me talk through you now. He just named Jewish people. He said he should have said the Japanese, and he mentioned other folks who got reparations. He said we were not respected. And I'm telling you, everybody who got harmed wasn't respected. That's why they got harmed, man. If they was respected, they would never got harmed.
You're making excuses. You're making excuses. Those.
I gotta mute you. How do you harm somebody but also respect them? harmed them to the degree where they need reparation, they need reparative damages. That's not respect. If I sit there and baseball bat your car down, where you got to sue me for a new car, that's not respect. Okay, you go now,
The
Carl.
thing is that the black man in America, the black man in America is not respected. He's being leveraged. First, the black man was leveraged for labor. Now he's being leveraged for entertainment.
So what is Puerto Rico being leveraged for?
The only thing that the black man is doing right now, the only thing the
Puerto Rico
black
being
man is
leveraged
doing
for?
right now in America. Let me say this. Let me say this.
Yo, Trump called your
is,
country a floating garbage can.
Let me say something, yo. Please, let me talk.
Okay, I'm letting you know. You talk about respect. He called your entire country a floating garbage can. That's not respect.
This guy. He called Africa a shithole.
He damn right.
What you saying?
Okay, but look what he said about us, though. Hold on, let me share my screen. All right, you said we're not respected.
Trump is a racist.
No.
Trump is a bigot. Trump is a racist.
Okay, so then why do
you
he
don't
respect
like
us?
black people?
Oh wait, well, hold on. Well, first of all, you call everybody black, but hold on, just hold on. I'm sharing my screen because you say
so you're an Indian. So you're an Indian.
All right, look, I'm gonna mute you. I'm gonna put you in the back room in a second. Okay, close the door. And soft, don't shut, soft. Okay. All right. So now you make up your mind. You said we're not respected, and we're talking about racist people, right? Racist people. You said don't respect us, and then I said, well, I don't know. Wait. You gotta listen, man. See, he one of them that need their medicine, need their Adderall. Now
you disrespecting me, G.
No, I'm correcting you. I'm setting the record straight because you just said we're not respected by racists, and other folks are, and the other folks are. Then you said Trump's a racist, so we're not respected. Then why did two racists say this right here? Right here.
The entire purpose of affirmative action, set-asides, civil rights laws that limit constitutional rights to freedom of contract, freedom of association, all of that was to make up for the legacy of slavery and Jim Crow. So unless these benefits are going to, roughly defined, foundational Black Americans,
okay, now this is a well-known.
You think I'm stupid?
No.
That's an AI generated.
Okay, yeah, you stupid. Okay, he's stupid if you believe that. I made this post. I made it posterize. It's a video I made. I can unposterize this video. You know that, right? I could unposterize this video. Now it's AI generated. You think I would embarrass myself before the world with an AI generated? I can go to the actual video. Anybody can. Just type this in right here. Anybody can type this in. Okay. So now you're mad. She called us foundational. She didn't say Black Americans, African Americans. She said that's called respect.
Descendants of American slaves.
And then she said this. She said all the benefits for all those foreigner blacks that you spoke of that are receiving from our backs. She's saying that it only belongs to us. That's called respect. But hold on, be quiet while I play the rest. I'm gonna play your boy too, because you said Trump's a racist. Good. So why is a racist giving us our flowers? Hold on.
You've taken away the whole purpose of this. So to make the point that
so this is
Kamala isn't a foundational Black American, I'm always pointing to unless these benefits are going to, roughly defined foundational Black Americans, the descendants of American slaves.
Okay, now this is Trump. So this is AI too, right? And we got the actual video. Anybody can find this anywhere on the internet. And now look what Trump said. You say he's a racist. He don't respect us. Racists don't respect us. Watch this.
African Americans built this nation.
But Carl said we didn't. Carl says a foot in our neck.
I never said that. I said that boy had this.
Oh, yeah, but that ain't what Trump said. Trump ain't say the foot. He just said we built the nation. Watch this.
We built this thing.
Yeah, you mad.
You're just starting to get real credit for that. Okay, I don't know if you know that.
He's giving us credit. A racist is giving us credit. That's called respect. Hold on.
You're just starting to you built the nation. We all built it, but you were such a massive part of it. Bigger than you were given credit for. Does that make sense?
Okay, so much of a racist, so much racists don't respect us. I beg that differ. Go ahead.
One thing I notice about you guys, I come on you guys' platform and it seems like we are always going to have certain things that we're going to disagree with. I'm going to ask you like this. Do you feel like black people in America are prospering right now? Just answer that question, please.
Yes, of course. Yes.
How? Tell me.
Okay.
How? In what ways?
Okay, cool. You got to be quiet so I can answer. So we are prospering under a system that's called systemic racism. Systemic racism is designed literally to hold one group down while it catapult the other group. Okay, so we are thriving in that system. We have some of the richest people in the world that's coming from our small 43 million. Now, Puerto Rico can't say that. Your country is called a floating sewage system. You dig? A floating toilet.
Wow.
They call your country a floating toilet, bruh. Like, hey, sellers, you gotta go to the bathroom, go to Puerto Rico. Stop right there. So you don't want to compare apples and oranges, bruh. Carmelo said you call him Puerto Rico. Call him Puerto Rican.
You guys are upset at Carmelo Anthony for showing love to his father's homeland. That is crazy.
Nah, shit.
That shows me that y'all not even confident in y'all own selves.
Who's upset? You got Carmelo. We got LeBron.
Internet. I see on the internet. I don't got Carmelo. I see on the internet people saying that Carmelo Anthony betrayed black people, black Americans, because he's saluting his family, his father's homeland or whatnot.
All right. So Carl, let me ask you a question back. When he played for the Olympics, FIBA, did he play for Puerto Rico ever, or did he just play for Black America?
Isn't Puerto Rico a U.S. territory?
Oh, so how is it Puerto Rico versus United States then?
Isn't Puerto Rico a U.S. territory?
It's a territory, but it's a territory
born in America. Wasn't Carmelo Anthony born in America?
So
he's
you don't
playing
see
for the country he was born in. Is that
well, hold on. No. Wait, no. You got people who are born in America that go back and play for their homeland country.
Carmelo Anthony wants to win gold.
Yeah, but so does other American foreign-born athletes, but they go to their homeland and represent as they should.
Carmelo Anthony was born in America and he played for America. Carmelo Anthony saluted his father's origin, and black people in America are in an uprising because he did that. I can't believe black people in America.
Okay, cool. Yeah, but let me ask you this, Carlos. Okay.
This guy.
Hey, Carlos, what's up with you and Trump, man? Like, why is Trump so hard on y'all?
Why is Trump?
Yeah.
Trump is a racist. Trump don't like black people.
Wait, no, but we're talking about Puerto Ricans.
Racist.
Wait, okay, but don't he love Puerto Ricans?
Trump had, let me say this, Trump had an advisor, and they was driving through the black community, and Trump said to his advisor, Trump said, only black people.
Yeah, that's cap. That's cap. Yo, Trump was at a Puerto Rican event. Who remember that when Trump was at that Puerto Rican event, handing out American flags?
That's why I don't like to come to y'all, because y'all.
You just want to ramble. Hey, yo, who seen that when he was in Puerto Rico? Matter of fact, let me look that up. Trump in Puerto Rico. You want to talk about disrespect? Oh my God!
You muting me too much.
Go ahead. Talk while I find this video.
Trump rode around with his advisors and said, yo, see this community? only black people could live in conditions like this. Didn't you guys see that on CNN? Am I lying?
Yeah, look at his
Am I
red.
lying? Only black people could live in this condition, in these conditions. Only black people.
Yeah, I don't know,
That's
man.
what Trump
That
said
might
to
be
his
cap.
Biden.
But
Cap.
Trump also said,
That's cap.
he also said this right here though. All right. He also said this about Puerto Rico.
Taking aim at Puerto Rico, home to millions
This
of Americans as they were staring down a natural disaster. The president calling Puerto Rico, quote, one of the most corrupt places on earth. His Democratic rivals now firing back. This is the Trump administration is also choosing at the height of the hurricane season to divert millions in FEMA disaster funds to border security. ABC's Kira Phillips is at the White House.
What's your thoughts about that? He called Puerto Rico the most corrupt place in the
world. Wow. You mute me too much.
Yeah, I didn't mute you just now.
No, but every time I'm saying something, it seems like you have the power to hit that mute button and just cut me off.
Okay, go ahead.
You say that black people in America are living under a racist system. Is that correct?
Brother, we are kings and queens.
I think that is an excuse because Asians are coming over there and doing very well. Indians are coming over there and doing very well.
Interesting. Who else? Nigeria?
This is facts. The most prosperous person in America right now, you could check the data, is a Asian male.
Okay, well, you're wrong there. It's Nigerians.
Did you know that?
You know, it's Nigerians.
That's not.
Hold on.
No. That is not facts. It's an Asian male.
Slow down. What is the GDP in India, by the way?
I think it's about 2 trillion, something like that.
No. Okay, I'm sorry. Per capita.
I don't know. I know it's about 2 trillion. I don't know. I don't know that.
I'm saying
I don't know the per capita.
Look, I'm saying that, okay. They make about $900 for the year. The average Indian, and less, about between $500 and $900 a year. That's it, bro. So that means an American Walmart check is what they make for the entire year. And you're bragging about there's a gazillion Indians over there, and you're bragging about 0.00005% of the population coming over here being successful, leaving the rest of them to starve.
Black people in America has the worst property value. White people don't even like you guys that come in their community because it's gonna bring down their property value. That's facts.
Okay, is Spanish Harlem got a high property value?
That is facts. White people don't even like you guys to come in their community because you're gonna drop the property value. That's a shame, yo. That's a shame. Asians have more affluent communities.
Wait, you keep saying Asians.
No, that's not true. That's not true. Asians.
Hey, bro, can you tell us about Puerto Ricans, please? Tell us about how great Puerto Ricans are in this country compared to us.
Wow.
The richest Puerto Rican is J-Lo, Jenny from the block.
The richest Puerto Rican is J-Lo.
Mm-hmm. Jenny from the block. And
I don't really came to argue. I just really came to see, like, why are black people in America so hostile towards other people that's coming over there that's benefiting off of the system, the meritocracy system.
Now we're not
meritocratic system. I don't understand that.
No, we're not hostile. You are just projecting. That's all. You see me? I'm chilling, having fun, laughing. I don't sound hostile.
I see it on the internet. I see it on the internet.
That's AI,
You
bro.
seem like that's AI. And
Yeah.
you want to mention AI? AI is going to discriminate against black people in a couple of years. I'm studying it right now. And
Nah,
I'm
I'm
telling
studying
you,
too.
black women is going to face
No.
it the worst. Black women are going to face it the worst because guess what? The black man don't protect her. The black man is lusting for white women. That's the funny thing.
Man,
You
this ain't the
guys are lusting for
1930s.
white women. You guys don't even protect black women. You guys are lusting for white women. You guys let white men disrespect black women in front of y'all faces. Y'all don't even like black women, let's be honest.
Yo, y'all let
You guys
conservatives disrespect y'all right in your face. Look, I'm gonna play another conservative. Watch this.
You
And y'all
just
had
keep
no
on talking. You just keep on
yo,
playing
y'all had
clips.
no smoke
You're
for this guy
always
right
gonna
here.
win because it's your platform. You're gonna win because it's your platform. I just want to know, like, why is the hostility against other people who's coming over there benefiting from the system? America is a production line. America is straight up about capital. America is straight up strictly for productivity. That's all America is about. At the end of the day, let's be honest. Have you ever traveled?
Hell no, I ain't going to no third world country.
Wow. Wow. Just stay in that production. I'm gonna ask you, what kind of job you got? I probably make more money than you. What kind of job you got, sir?
Bruh, you move keys by the fucking ton.
What
Yeah,
kind
you're
of
gonna
jobs you what kind of money you making right now?
Hey
What kind
bruh,
of
listen.
cash you got right now?
Look, it's not about
You're
it's
getting
not about
insecure. You're
no,
insecure.
I'm trying to answer. Unlike you, I make an honest
Go
penny.
ahead.
Unlike you, I make an honest penny.
Honest penny.
Yeah, you out there selling all type of kilos, man.
Wow. 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 To be honest, I'm just a fisherman, but I know that I make more money than you because guess what? I don't have to go and work for nobody else. I'm my own boss. I could go to fish anytime I want to fish.
Listen,
I could catch seafood anytime
I
I
don't know
want
if you
to.
guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico.
Wait, one more time, yo. They be cooking y'all, yo. Y'all
Cooking.
got no clap back. Well, one more time,
You
one more time.
making a honest living. What is you? All you showing me is white people. That's all you showing me. You're not showing me nothing about black prosperity. Let me see the sentiments of black people in America
I don't know
right
if you
now.
guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico.
Wow. Anyways,
Bro, y'all need to clap back at these.
over 300,000 black women just lost their job because of artificial intelligence. Over 300,000 black women just lost their jobs because of artificial intelligence. The black man don't even build anything. You can't go to the black man and get a job. The black man is in the unemployment line more than anybody else in America. What you
Yo,
got to say about that?
why it sounds like you're talking to me from a jailhouse phone, like one of those cell
Wow,
phones
because
that be
I'm
sneaking
moving
in?
around. I'm moving around. No,
Nah,
you just said I was selling keys. Now you're saying I'm in a jail cell. You're
because you
not
locked
making
up.
sense. I'm
You
locked.
locked up,
All right,
buddy.
I'm done with the conversation. Black people are not prospering in America. That's why y'all mad when
Bro,
other
you're
people
not
come
prospering. You're not prospering behind bars,
and
bro.
benefit off of the country because the white man's infrastructure. I'm done.
Bro,
Have a good day. Thank you for your
thank you.
platform, though.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. But you
is that we think that we are busy fighting people who are not like us. We're
get
fighting
ready for
people
this
who
one.
are from different countries, from different origins.
Yeah. Carl got no smoke for those conservatives, man. They are afraid of them. Every chance they get, they disrespect Puerto Rico. It's crazy.
When in reality, we are just hurting our own brothers and sisters because we are all one. We all come from the same melting pot. I think
They always say we're all one, and then they contradict it later. This all one thing be killing me. But again, all to avoid accountability.
With the rise of social media, we have really seen the divide. There is a huge divide. There's a separation. It is African Americans versus Africans,
She's gonna
Africans versus
blame the white
Caribbeans,
man.
Caribbeans versus who knows who. It's just a circle, a vicious circle that never ends. And I find it interesting because this is how it was meant to be. It's just a circle, a vicious circle that never ends. And I find it interesting because this is how it was meant to be. When the colonizers came and took Africans from Africa, literally stole them and sent them to different foreign countries, they came and took Africans from Africa, literally stole them.
Family, I'm seeing a lot of Africans believe this lie. I don't know if it's taught in their homeland or they're just in denial. But they act like they act like there's no slave trade. The slave trade was one-sided. Those folks came to Africa, kidnapped us. Africans were asleep or busy tribal fighting. And then one day they looked up and said, hey, where is those niggas? Oh, the white man come take them. Like, these guys are in total denial.
And it was meant to be. When the colonizers came and took Africans from Africa, literally stole them and sent them to different foreign countries, they wanted that divide to be there. They wanted that separation to be there. And it's been achieved, and it continues to be achieved.
So in other words, the white man stole us. There was no African slave trade. And by stealing us, they blamed Africa and made up a slave trade theory. And we've been divided ever since then.
Achieved to be there. And it's been achieved, and took Africans from Africa, literally stole them and sent them to different foreign countries. They wanted that divide to be there. They wanted that separation to be there. And it's been achieved, and it continues to be achieved. They never wanted African people or Black people as a whole to be united, because unity means power. And that would be a threat to so many things and to so many people. If you're watching my channel for the first time, hi, my name is Benita, and if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. Listen, I'm an African born and raised, and I'm very proud of my continent, my country. I'm proud of my culture and what Africa represents. But I want you to know that me making this video is not to take sides and to just defend African people and to say that, oh, Africans are correct, Africans are...
Wait, but you just did that. You took a side and you are defending them. You act like there's no African role in the slave trade. That's called taking a side, and you're African. So you're definitely going to take the African side.
Right. Everyone has a story to tell, and everyone's views and thoughts and opinions are different. For me, I just think that fighting each other is pointless. I think that we have bigger issues to worry about. Instead of
This is what they do. They throw rocks, they hide their hand, and then they say, hey, can we all get along when we're trying to get our hit back, our clap back? That's not going to work. Wrong ethnic group.
fighting each other, we could be using all that energy to actually make something, to make a change, to do something for our people. There's so many things to tackle within this video, but today I specifically want to talk about a topic that was trending this past week or these past 2 weeks. So in case you were not aware, there's this girl, a Black American girl, who went to get her hair braided at an African braiding salon. And she took a picture and she was just talking about how she loved her hair. Her hair was well done. But people didn't like the fact that she referred to the African braiding salon as the Africans did my hair, or I went to the Africans to get my hair done. And that thread on Twitter just opened the door to another unnecessary fight between Black Americans and African people. So the main issue here is that African people felt that it was disrespectful and not right for people to be referring to the African braiding salons as the Africans. Honestly, when I saw the post at first, I was also a bit like, the Africans? Because to me, it just didn't sound right as an African person. Africa has been associated with so much negativity, hate. At some point, being an African was considered not cool,
Yeah,
dirty.
but I don't know what you're talking about. Aren't you African? You just said you're African.
You were considered dirty, you were considered poor, like you were considered not human, right? And it's something that was used to really look down on people that actually came from Africa. And sometimes it is still used today. And also African people felt like, why are you referring to us as the Africans when Africa is a continent? Is that
Wait a minute. You just said you were African. You referred to yourself the entire continent. That's not making sense. I told you they will confuse you. They will confuse you. So she's African in one breath, but then she's not African. She's part of a country. Listen to this foolishness every time, family, because they know that they contradict themselves. You can't say you're not African because that's a continent, because later they'll say we're African, and then we'll say, yeah, but it's a continent, remember? So this is why they always get confused on the terminology African. Watch this.
Africa and considered not human, right? And it's something that was used to really look down on people that actually came from Africa. And sometimes it is still used today. And also African people felt like, why are you referring to us as the Africans when Africa is a continent? It's not a country. We all come from different countries. At least refer to me by my country of origin. Now, on the other side, the American...
My fault, family. It keeps freezing. I have no idea why, but I paused the video. But listen to her try to make sense of this foolishness, this contradiction that she's in.
People, or the woman specifically, it's not a country. We all come from different countries. At least refer to me by my country of origin. Now, on the other side, the American...
Wait a minute. You didn't do that yet. You said you're African and you have a country. You haven't referred to yourself as a country. You're African. I mean, this is a little crazy.
People, or the woman specifically, was saying that, but for years and years and years, that's what the African braiding salons have called themselves. Like, that's what they put on the window. They are known as the Africans, and so that's what we refer to them as. And we don't think that there's anything wrong with us referring to them as
So
the
don't get mad
Africans.
then.
We've been referring to them as the Africans, and so we're going to continue referring to them as the Africans because you guys are just whining unnecessarily. And when I saw these back and forths in the comments, I was just like, guys, like, this is something that can be easy.
Wait a minute. The solution is don't put African braiding shop or salon. How about put Nigerian braiding salon? How about put Kenyan braiding salon? How about be specific? If you put African braiding salon, if you say this restaurant is an Italian pizza restaurant, we're going to call it an Italian pizza restaurant. We're going to call it an African braiding salon. That's on you guys. You fix that.
Easily resolved. But the thing is, people are refusing to understand each other. As an African person, I understand where African people are coming from. and how they feel like their voices are not being heard. They're expressing themselves and they're saying that, listen, we don't feel comfortable with this. At least call us this instead. And then you have the American people who are saying,
Can you put it on your shop so we can know what you are and know what to call you? If you put Africans on your shop, we're going to call you African every time.
but your own people are the ones that put it on their shops, and it's never been a problem before. So why is it a problem all of a sudden? Like, you guys are just finding things to fight about and complain about. So in my opinion, I just feel like if a group of people express that they do not want to be called by a specific name, I feel like we need to respect that. Whether it's African people, African American people, Caribbean people, it doesn't matter who it is. We need to be willing to listen to the concerns of other people and try our best to accommodate other people, even if it's something that we're not used to. What we need to understand is that before, we never had social media, but now with social media, like, everything is just out in the open, and we get to see these small, what you might consider minor details that actually have a huge impact. So even though you might be comfortable doing something, or you might be comfortable saying something, and you've been saying these things for a long time, times have changed, and people now are able to voice their opinions. So instead of saying,
Yeah, and let's start with you calling us foundational Black Americans. How about that?
I went to get my hair braided at the Africans, just say I went to get my hair braided at an African salon.
No, because the salon is called African. It's not called what you about to say.
And then when you're at the African salon, get to know where those people are from. And then you can say, I got my hair braided by a Congolese lady, or I got my hair braided by a Nigerian lady. You know,
No, thank you. It says African, and that's what we're going to say. The African salon did me dirty. It's that simple, man.
it sounds more respectful when it's said that way than just when you say, I went to get my hair braided at the Africans. I think that this topic is such a deep topic, and there's just so much to uncover when it comes to the diaspora war. But I just wish we could come together and actually unite, because can you imagine how much stronger we would actually be as a people
Oh
if
boy.
we stopped trying to hurt
Wakanda
each
land.
other, stop trying to one up each other, or stop trying to prove that we are better than the other person? Because at the end of the day, we're all
That's a
the
projection.
same. We all come from the same place. That's the thing. But yeah, I think that it's gonna take a long time. I don't know if it will.
Wait, so now we're all the same? Okay, so why we just can't what okay, so we can't call you African, you're from a country of 54, and we can't say the salons are African because they are from a country. But now you're saying we're all the same. You can't make this up.
Ever happen. I hope it does, but I think we can try and make like small changes individually. But yeah, that's all I wanted to share today, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and have a blessed day. To worry about. Instead of fighting each other, we could be using all that. That would be a threat. In countries, they wanted that divide to be there. Bigger issues to worry about. There's this girl, and a black as the Africans, continues to Africans versus Caribbeans, Caribbeans versus
I'm trying to find her
who
version of the
knows who.
slave
It's
trade.
just a circle, a vicious circle as a whole, to be united, because unity means power. But I want you to know that me making this video is not hitting each other is pointless. I think that we have vision. I'm an African born and raised, and I'm very returning. Thank you so much for coming back. Listen, I'm a country, but I offend African people to tell. And everyone's, for me, I just think that fighting it out makes something, to make so many things to tell that was trending this past week or these past 2 weeks. So in case you were not aware,
I'm being lazy. Let me just find the part where she said about the African slave trade. Hold on.
it was meant to be. When the colonizers came and took Africans from Africa, literally stole them and sent them to different foreign countries, they wanted that divide to be there. They wanted that separation.
All right, family, I got to show you that that's something that's being spread around amongst these Africans, and it's terrible that they actually pretending like they believe that. Hold on, let me find something else for you.
On what was created in the UK. That
stopped slavery and see our descent. We have that the Africans in America and another. So this happened, this happened in a country where you have a working system where the police can actually arrest someone for threatening another. Unfortunately, we don't have such in Nigeria. And just bear in mind that even in America, we have tribal, we have bigot, racist, right? And we have mentally, deficient people. Now, the second one isn't a question, just maybe a correction, right? In your previous statement, you alluded that that the Africans in America should be appreciative. Maybe not necessarily word to word, but you say something like that. Appreciative of the effort of Black Americans. That it was because of maybe their sacrifice that Africans were able to come to America, and I disagree with that. I disagree because Black Americans, just as my brother here, Ovie, stated, they did not participate in my effort to come into America. The same experience they had, we have same experience. They were our brothers. They were kidnapped. We did not sell our brothers. We never sold them to anybody. They were.
I told you, family, they pretend they believe that lie.
Kidnapped, did not participate in my effort to come into America. The same experience they had, we have same experience. They were our brothers. They were kidnapped. We did not sell our brothers. We never sold them to anybody. They were kidnapped and they were lied to. Their descendants were lied to that they were sold. No, there was no money there. We did not exchange them for anything. So they were kidnapped, brought to America. We were traumatized. And when we grew up, we now began to hear the story that our brothers were kidnapped and brought them to America. Then we're eager now to go and see our brothers. With love and happiness, we now came to see our brothers, only to be met with hatred or rejection. Now, our brothers rejected us. But when we came in, we now find out the truth that actually when they were brought up here, when they were brought in here, firstly, that there is this political party called Republicans. Majority were Republicans and few from Liberty Party. And they were mostly white people that actually ended the slavery. They kicked against it and say, you know what? This is inhumanity to human. We have to end it. And they ended it. We have other countries where there were slavery activities, like in the UK. The UK's government stopped slavery. And nobody will come to UK today and say, oh, we should be appreciative of the blacks in the UK for ending slavery and making sure that other blacks come to the UK. No, it is the government as the, things evolve and some things need to be changed. We have other Western countries where there were slavery activities and it was ended. And nobody should be eulogized or for ending it, right? Or making way for other blacks. So they should first and foremost know that they are our brothers. We really feel bad.
So he was emphatic. He said they did not sell us. We were stolen. So I'm going to play a video over and over and over that shows you they actually believe that. Well, they don't believe it, but they teach that amongst their circles. They're trying to rewrite history. They're trying to not hold themselves accountable. So I'm going to play Michael Blackson. Hold on. I don't want to play Vlad and get flagged, so I'm trying to find somebody else who played it. Hold on.
Blackson agreed with some of Akon's points, but added that African nations were mainly colonized by different global powers, indirectly setting the stage for slavery. Raised in West Africa, he struggled to understand why he
One second. All right, give me a second, family. I'm gonna play another video. I'm gonna play a Smiles playing the Michael Blackson thing. So he's gonna explain why these Africans are in denial of the obvious, the African, the transatlantic slave trade. So give me a second to pull the video. Just watch. Okay, I found it.
Burner Boy spoke on.
Okay, here we go. I got it. Yeah, when I play videos of music, oh, I'll be getting copyright flag all day.
Kind of conflict that
Blackson, but yeah, let's see what he says.
kind of conflict that in 2023 is still around. But what is your take when you hear statements like that?
Yes, man, I 100% agree to some of that, and I think what happened back in okay, a lot of countries in Africa were all colonized by different countries. Okay, Ghana, Nigeria, most of these English-speaking countries were colonized by England.
Yeah.
You know,
Senegal was France.
Yada yada.
Yada.
All right, so when they colonized those countries, you know, I guess when slavery was set up over, they try to like cover it up. To me, in my opinion, you know, I've been going home and doing a lot of research. Mind you, you know, I'm from there. I was born in Africa. I was born in West Africa, where they came and they took my people and made them slaves and do the, you know, that whole process.
Yeah,
but I didn't know much about slavery till I came to America. So why they didn't teach me this in the 3rd grade and 4th grade
in Africa?
Why was it being covered up? Why are they trying to make things like, and that's the big problem.
Oh, so you think that's
all right?
Wow.
This happens a lot.
One more time.
I didn't teach much about slavery till I came born in West Africa, where they came and they took my people and made them slaves and do the, you know, that whole process.
Yeah.
But I didn't know much about slavery till I came to America. So why they didn't teach me this in the 3rd grade and 4th grade
in Africa?
Why was it being covered up? Why are they trying to make things like, and that's the big problem.
Oh, so you think that's
all right?
So family, when they try to say white supremacy and make a comparison between us and the right wing and white supremacy, no, they literally are melanated white supremacists. Both of them want to omit their dirty hand in our demise. He said he didn't learn about slavery until he got over here. So now you see why these loudmouth tethers act like the slave trade never happened. White folks just came to Africa and just kidnapped us. Okay, so now this is the new thing that they're doing on social media. These tethers, they flee over here to take advantage of opportunities that our ancestors made possible for them from fighting and getting the Civil Rights Act passed. So when they get over here, they're trying to pretend that America, oh, it's not this great country. Oh, we were misled. Oh, it's Hollywood tricks. Oh, America is terrible. I want to go back home. That's what she's going to do right now. And I'm a cooker with my assessment.
So it's officially one year in America, and I don't want to cry. I miss my life home. Yeah. If I was given the opportunity right now, I'll pick my life back home without thinking twice. I have just been thinking so much, and I'm like, I had things going on for me. Life was good. All the projects I had back home, all the things I was doing. I'm not a lazy person. I consider myself a very hardworking woman.
Of course you do.
I moved here not necessarily to look for greener pastures.
When you write, your
But
tone influences
because
how
I'm a
readers
man
respond. With Grammarly,
I fell in love with, and he happens to be from here and live here. And because of everything we've been told by the media about America and how great this place is, how this is the land of milk and honey, I thought it's only wise, and I'm also very traditional, so I thought it's only wise for...
So she didn't come over here because of the great opportunity. She came over here to seek a loved one, or whatever the hell she just said. But this is the new lie that, these people are the worst, man. They're the worst. Now, she got tricked. This first powers, superpower country. Oh, Africa has better opportunities. If she had an opportunity to go back, she would, man. All you got to do is holler at the Trump administration and talk about that a couple $1,000 that you want to go back. They would send your African ass back. Okay? Shit. Us in the chat will chip in and send your ass back to Africa.
me to follow my husband and live where he lives. My husband has been here for some...
So she's only here because she followed her husband. Yeah. So why is your husband here? This is a lying ass tether.
time. He has always been mentioning here and there about, how difficult life is here, like just the challenges that are in this country, but I never listened. So I was like, this man doesn't want me to enjoy the American dream. But he has time without number expressed his dissatisfaction about this place. Heck, he doesn't even want to retire in this country. If he was given the opportunity as well, like right now, he would also choose to leave. So anyway, I didn't come to America for greener pastures, like I was saying. Even before I met him, I had a good life back home. I had a stable job. I had opportunities. I was happy. I was enjoying food. I was enjoying the warm community. I was enjoying the good weather. I could travel every weekend. I was on the road just traveling. And I really loved my life back home. So I don't know if it's because I moved here when I'm old enough, because I moved here when I was 30 years old. And so that's why I'm having a hard time adjusting. But I really, really miss home. I really, really miss home. There are times I just want to let all the years we've, struggled just to get my visa to come here go down the drain, and I just move back home and just continue with the projects that I had, just continue with what I was doing there. But I just keep telling myself, let me keep pushing, because maybe this feeling will go away. I've spoken to, I'm literally shaking. I've spoken to quite a number of people who have stayed here for some time, and they keep telling me this is normal. You know, it's a normal feeling to feel when you're still new, and that you get used to, you know, life here. So I don't know at what point. I'm really grateful that I've joined the field that I was back home, sales and marketing or customer service, because that's what I love doing. So I've joined that, but you have to start from scratch. Aside from that, there's food. I'm just having a very hard time with food. Sometimes it's just so difficult to eat.
Oh, so that's why y'all smuggled that bush meat over here. You're having a hard time with the food. All right, it makes sense.
Like, what can I eat? Yeah, and generally just the feeling, the vibe. It's also exhausting as a parent, because there's no help here. You really have to just do it.
African goddess, do you agree with this? This lying ass tether?
Everything, you and your partner. This is also part of the relocation journey that probably you not.
Hi people, welcome back again. If you are turning into the channel, please do well to like, comment and share, and turn on the bell notification. That's which I'm uploading video first to be notified. To my returning subscribers, you guys are the best. Seriously, in life, always be contented for where you are and trust God and keep praying for where God is taking you to. Nobody knows. This our African sister that traveled to America thinking that once she got there, bagam, that life would change, everything would turn to honey and milk, this and that. She have cried outside and said that life in America is not bed of roses, that life in America is so hard. She is now regretting the reason why that she ever stepped her foot in America. Left for her now, if there is anything that will make her to come back to Africa fast, she will, because she have missed everything that she was doing in Africa before she traveled to America. Now she's regretting it and advising any young men and women that want to travel to America that before you travel to America, make sure that you have already secured a job. Make sure that you have already secured something doing for yourself before you.
If you say secure job, when most of them are coming over here, fleeing their countries, turmoil and famine, as asylum seekers and refugees, are you straight? Now try sending that message to the Eritreans and Ethiopians and the Sudanese people who flee for just to avoid crime.
Will be planning of traveling. Seriously, life in abroad is not easy. But you know, we Africans, anywhere we are, we'll just be like, I can't wait to go to America. I can't wait to do this. America this, America that. It is not easy out there. People are crying now that Donald Trump is ruling. As in, the cost of living in America is so high, everything there. So you that watch this clip or video, what you have to think about what this lady is crying out for. Do you think that, oh my God, do you think that she should remain in America? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, because now Donald Trump has.
All right, so everybody who knows about the PDF, I'm sending for free. So the Microsoft Word is done. But once I convert it to a PDF, the formatting is like all over the place. And that's because I'm using online Word, right? I didn't download Word to the computer because just too much space. So I got an online version of it. And every time I change it to PDF, the formatting is just crazy. So I'm so like picky. I'm like, I can't send that. But it's pretty much done. It's actually done. Just the formatting. Okay, but anyway. So this is the new thing with these tethers, all right? So many of these tethers don't want to publicly admit that their home nations face extreme instability, poverty, corruption, terrorism, Boko Haram, or EG, lack of infrastructure, child marriages, civil wars, power outages, yes, power outages, collapse education, and their health systems are terrible. They don't want to admit that. Okay. So they want to access better paying jobs, quality health care, reliable electricity, clean water, and the freedoms of a first world country. Guess where they're coming? They're coming here. Okay, so they crave our constitutional protections, freedom of speech, due process. Even if they have like a same-sex thing going on, over here protects that liberty. Okay, so they got to stop. So to look at America as just a PR project, they were tricked by Hollywood. Stop it. They were not tricked, obviously. They made rational decisions it wasn't based on her husband being over here, because your husband's over here for a reason. Visa lotteries, work and student programs, refugee, asylum pathways, and the understanding that America is a powerful, opportunity-rich nation, thanks to largely due to foundational Black Americans. Yet, by saying they were fooled, right, they framed themselves as passive victims of American media, really, rather than agents choosing to leave their homelands, flee their governments, homelands, and communities for greener pastures. Okay. So, and when they get over here, what happens? Their parents tell them to avoid FBAs. They assume FBAs were all uneducated, loud, ghetto, criminal, all these projections on themselves. They view themselves as elites, or at the very least above us. Okay. And then they frame the diaspora war as 50-50. Niggas, we're all being brainwashed together. We got to stop the wars back and forth. Stop it. Stop it. You guys come here and confess that you tell each other to stay away from us. We don't have no enclaves where we say, hey, when they get over here, don't be around them. Don't play basketball with them. We don't do that. All right. So a lot of these prejudices are learned at home, but the whole PR stunt, the America's a PR project. It ain't all what everything that glitter isn't glamour type bullshit. Like, stop it. So this is what we're dealing with now. Folks just outright just denying the greatness of this country and why they're here. Oh my God, I wish I could go back. My husband do too, but we're staying here forever. We got anchor babies here and everything, but we wish we could go back to Lagos, that floating slum. Oh my God, that was fun. Yeah, so this is where they at now. Hateful, ungrateful, tether. All right. Okay, so this is the other African who denies Africa's role in the slave trade. So I did play a couple of them. I got hella more. Check this out.
In 2023, unity is overrated for our people. I think we need to prioritize our nation, our people, and we need to take care of our house. I think one of our biggest problems is globally.
What do you mean you're saying our? Like, what do you mean by we? Because I thought the unity was like between the diaspora. Who are you saying when you say we, or like what are you referring to?
I'm saying like I'm a foundational Black American. You said you're Jamaican.
Oh, so you think okay, so we should separate within
Yeah, I think we already are separate.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just calling the spade. I'm just calling the spade a spade.
Hey, family, why can't FBA cut in and like can doing this?
And we need to take
we. I thought I'd say we. Think okay.
And they're not, they're Korea South. That's what we need as a respect. That Malcolm had a Muhammad, other European little brother.
That we can practice the same European nation. So I don't think that we can I don't think that is history. And I'll speak to his mother's Grenadian.
His mother instinct about Margaret. What are we doing? He took him all one. He was part of SNCC. He got I'm trying to get to the part where she say that she never heard of an African slave trade before.
Congresswoman,
it's very embarrassing. Watch this. Did I miss something? Name random test like
revolution, colonizing our minds and kind of looking at each other.
Out there with bleed.
Like tough and stuff.
Avengers, I see it does.
About your people in the land that you're on.
Yeah, they sound like a donkey. So, yeah, that's all.
This Africa, this home, and I don't think we ever begin to build. Now they having a militant protest vote about it, do nothing like we some family. If I see any of them,
so let's.
You have foundational Black American brothers over there.
I'm gonna come back. I hate when I can't find what I'm looking for. I'm gonna come back to that. All right, give me a second.
Way back then, I believe my first encounter was with, I can't exactly say, but like it was between some Nigerian said something about African Americans, and then it just started going back and forth and all that. I think it's really stupid. It's foolishness, and it's just gonna get us nowhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I found out about the diaspora the same way you guys did. Like, I seen that sound. I seen specifically it was like this one South Sudanese girl on TikTok, and like she was getting dragged bad, bro. Like, it was crazy. But like, yeah, like I seen it under that sound, like the "Don't call me African, I'm African."
Lay down, Yugi.
Like no, "Don't call me African American, I'm African." I see multiple South Sudanese people do this. So I was kind of just like, when I seen the video, at first I kind of just like try to brush it off because I didn't really think much of it. I didn't think
this clip I never watched before, so I'm watching this one like you as a look in the back.
It's like so much drama until like I seen all the people like stitching them and like giving their opinion, and like I started seeing like people arguing in comment sections and all that type of stuff, because when I first seen the videos, I had a feeling, I just had a gut feeling, like I was like, yeah, I know this is gonna cause a whole bunch of problems, bro. But like I was kind of hoping like it didn't, but like it ended up, we all know what happened. So I guess the next question, since this is about the diaspora, and it's basically Black people around the world arguing with each other over the internet about what we would classify as like dumb things. What does being Black mean to you? That's the next question. So I want to hear what you guys have to say. You don't have to get like way too deep into like all that stuff, but like just like some short little summary. Like what do you think? Not what, maybe something what makes you be what makes you Black, or like what does being Black mean? Like what is the Black experience globally? What is something that we could all relate to? So I'll start with you, Guardian.
I feel like being Black and stuff like that, I mean, going back to like African roots and stuff like that, is unifying, Like being Black, like let me give you an example. Like, when Mansa Musa was like conquering like the Mali Empire, he he was like what's his name? Chadwick Boseman to Wakanda. You feel me? He was like he was like the structure. He was like the power structure of the of his empire, basically. And being Black, right? He done a lot of things, and one of the things was,
how the hell he ties Black what to Mansa Musa? This is wild.
He gave back to his people. He was helping farmers. He was helping with all this stuff, and he was just applying his people with the best needs. So, and also being Black is just not by the color of their skin, but I just find it as unity. But I feel like that throughout time that we have been separating ourselves just because of this desire diasporas and stuff like that. Being Black is like a whole big is bigger is, I don't want to say that bigger than black and white, but I feel like there's just more to the picture, you feel me? But yeah.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. All right, what about you, Quick?
That made absolutely no sense.
Maybe like try to see if you could check your mic. I don't know, because it sounds like a little bit like, I don't even know how to, like it's kind of hard to hear what you say.
Original people, you feel me? You're original man, you're original woman. And you know what I'm saying? You just the dope.
Yeah, they don't skip past this dude, man.
Alright. Hey, try to fix the mic. Couldn't really hear too much. I just you heard said original men, something along those lines. But yeah, I definitely agree with that though. You know, the original people. How do you? What does being black mean to you, Nashia?
I think being black is like more than like the skin color, like Guardian said. It's like an experience. Like, but just because you get the experience, because I know some people grow up around us, you know, no matter the ethnicity, and they feel like they're just welcome. But like, I feel like you have to understand the history of like all black people to understand what being black means. So it's more like an experience than just a color.
I see.
Exactly. It's not a color, but that's a disconnection between us and people of of Africa or the Caribbean. They look at black as an expression of their skin tone. But for us, it's clearly a noun. It's something who we are.
Yeah. What about you, Saya?
I don't know, because being black, it like they all said, it's definitely more than skin color. It's also culture, community. In terms of like the black experience, I know that's not universal because people have a different, definition of what is the black experience and what ain't. Some people don't go by black, even though they got black skin. I just feel like being black is it's just very. I can't exactly like explain it, but I do know that being black is very important. It's very important to us, and yeah. Also, if you hear me like kind of breathing hard, it's because I've been walking for miles.
No, it's all good, man. It's all good. But yeah, I definitely agree with you guys. Kind of have like a similar definition.
Is what the world's most
it's kind of
fancy
weird because it's like you guys said, like there's a whole bunch of different ways people would describe being black. You know,
and family. That's
although
that.
like our
Hold
experiences.
on. Be quiet. And family. That's why the PDF I'm making is so important. Okay, because I shut that argument pretty much down, and I explained what black is and what it was always historically. This is the PDF I'm gonna give away for free. You just got to email me Black Think Tank. This is the Microsoft Word version, but Black Think Tank at yahoo.com. That's the email spelled correctly. Black Think Tank at yahoo.com. So I start off with what is culture. I go to our culture. It's a real thing, and I talk about our culture, talk about our language. Because I always say you need a language. Well, we got a language. We got A, B, we talk about our cuisines, clothing, all this stuff. Culture. And then I go into their psyche. Why they want to portray that we don't have or propagate why we don't have culture? Like, what's their agenda by doing that? And I talk about other people. So we had 200 years. We pretty much done nothing here. We just sat around and just twiddled our fingers. Okay, so it goes to that. Then it goes to why some Africans use language to define real culture. So pretty much Africans really try to gatekeep culture, right? They try to say, well, if you don't speak in what they really are trying to say, if you don't speak an African language, you don't have culture. When they say what's your language, they really mean African language. Okay, so I go into that. I go into why Black Americans have a different cultural form, like why our culture is separate from Africa's, right? I go into why we are not the generic African for the same reasons that Tether said earlier, like Africa is a continent, there's countries within the continent, and people are named by those countries, or if you go even deeper, the tribes. So if that's the case, then we can't be African either. We got to be tied to a country in Africa. And then we ask them, what country are we tied to? And it's crickets. Exactly. We're not Africans. And we're not the generic Africans. So I go into that. I go into a lot of our history. Then I go into who's Black, descriptor versus ethnonym. So like he just said, they relate Black to a skin tone or a color. That's not how we use Black. We use Black as an experience in America. Okay, starting with slavery all the way down to the civil rights movement, even where we at now, mass incarceration, the war on drugs, all that type of shit. Big. Then we talk about a primary. We use black as a primary identity. It's not coupled with something else. We don't say black Jamaican or black Nigerian. We just say black. It stands alone. But right then I talk about why Pan-Africanists get it twisted. So I go into their mind state. And I talk about during that early to late 1800s, did we ever self-identify as African? And I explain that. And then we go to all the way down. I debunk their arguments, the Pan-Africanist clapbacks. So this is geared to not only educate you, but it's also, it's basically an argument because I give you the clapbacks, like what they're going to say after you say that. They're going to say this. I give you rebuttals in here. I talk about a unique ethnogenesis. Again, it's free. People who always donate freely, whether it's super chat or cash app, they pretty much paid for this to be free, right? So what I like charging when I get donations on a daily basis. Speaking of donations, you can do the super chat or the cash app. Cash app pinned to the top. Super chat is right there, that $ button. If you sent one, I didn't read it. Sorry, not because I'm kind of sharing my screen, the whole screen. Okay, so why some Africans and Caribbeans reject the unique ethnic group identity, which is Foundation Black American and ADOS. So I explain why they do that. Lack of reciprocity and recognition. Okay, and then is it sincere or hypocritical? It may be both. And why trademark? So I've been talking about why trademarking. It was a strategic and brilliant move from Tariq Nasheed. And then, of course, I got a section here discussing the Black American Heritage Flag. All right. Of course, I had to do that. What's the argument being made? So, again, it's going to educate. So this PDF is primarily, it's 40-something pages. It's primarily focusing on who's Black and who's not. What is culture? What is FBA culture? Right. So I'm just solving all the serious, I got this Tariq Nasheed lookalike here, but I don't say his name. So it's, hey, if you think it's him, that's on you. I don't say it's Tariq Nasheed. I just got FBA ADOS. All right. So that's what I'm doing with the PDF. Okay. So the PDF, so this question that this panelist is struggling with, this whole black thing, I already solved it with the PDF, which is free. In my Umar voice, hit the cash app, hit the super chat.
Aren't exactly the same. Like, you're like, not everybody has, like, not everybody's ancestors and people went through.
Oh, by the way, I think I found where I wanted to be. It's the last on this one right here. Okay, so I think this is it. Let's see.
That Africans are the ones who sold them to Americans. Can I ask you a question? Why do
Wait, hold on. So don't mind my commentary, right? My pre-commentary. I want you to focus on her. So this is what Michael Blackson was explaining.
But can I ask you a question? Why do African Americans always pinpoint that Africans are the ones who sold them to slavery, as opposed to seeing it as, first of all, why do you believe the white man's history so much? I went to boarding school in Cameroon, and I learned that one of the tactics that they used to get Africans in the the ships, they stole them literally. They would what's the word? They would come to the chief and say, "Hey,
family, do you hear this? This denial? This is common amongst Africans. This is common amongst Pan-Africanists. I got a bunch of my channel. This slave trade, old and each other.
we just need to come."
Capture other African people in human trafficking.
Okay, so I'm gonna come back to that. All right, I want to bring us here. All right.
Don't take slow for an answer. Secure the dub with Optimum Fiber. Now the best internet for gaming.
Back to where we son we got our still BR. You know, call we got you in the building. We have my fault, fam. I did a horrible job trying to look for it, but the point is that she said, why do we believe Africans were involved in the slave trade? That's what she said. She said Africans have never sold anybody. They weren't a part of nothing. So when the chat was like, wait, what? When the FBA was like, what? She was like, prove it. Give me a source. Like she really was like stuck on it never happened. Wow, stuff.
Exactly the same things. Like, I do believe there are like general things that we could all relate to. You know what I mean? Like general things that we could all relate to. But also like find it like interesting, like I guess like, you know, to play like devil's advocate or however you, I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but like a lot of people say like, you know, but back then, like they say things like back then we didn't all call each other black or this, that, and the third, you know? But like I think that's kind of like almost like I guess like a short-sighted way of seeing things, because it's just like it's almost like some people bring certain things up, like the different cultures that we have, different backgrounds. They bring that up to sort of ignore or to almost disregard like universal experiences and like universal things that like affect us.
Family, he's just rambling. I bet you if you ask him about the slave trade, he's one of those that say it never existed, guaranteed. Or he'll minimalize Africa's role.
It's all as black people. So like I guess like when it comes to being black, like one of the biggest things that we can relate to, like on a general scale, is like our experience and around the world. So next question is, how do you think these racist beliefs and stereotypes start? Because when it comes to like racist beliefs and stereotypes, these are like things that heavily affect the black experience. I don't want to say that they create the black experience necessarily, but like they're definitely like one of like the top things that like sort of affect the way that we live today in today's world. So I want to know what you guys think about these racist beliefs, stereotypes, how you think they start. And if you want to answer this extra question too, like how do you think it affects us like on a deeper level? So we'll start with you, Guardian.
I feel like the reason why all this stuff is like is happening, these stereotypes and stuff like that, is because, let's be honest, right? It's straight off looks. Because if you think about it, right? I think I have like personal experience. I've seen like this Latino person, right? Not it's Latina, right? And she physically said that black man right there looks like a gorilla. Like she even did a whole side by side comparison. And I feel like during the back in the days, they still had this stigma, right, about black people looking like monkeys and shit like that. And I was like, damn, you know? And I feel like this been going on for months and months. I mean, not months, I mean years upon years. And I feel like the people who are blaming about these things is Charles Dawson and I forgot the other guy. Charles Dawson. There was this one other person. I feel like stereotypes were created by some type of people in a way that black people are viewed. So yeah.
I see. What about you, Quay? How do you believe these stereotypes start? How do you think they affect us?
Alright, is my mic better?
Yeah, it's a lot way better. It's
Alright, bet. I feel like all these stereotypes and stuff is on us. Cause when you the best in the game, you feel me, like you always gonna have everybody else hating on your shit. So, you know what I'm saying? We the best in the game, you feel me? We black people. We got the dominant genes, we got the oldest history and shit like that. So of course niggas gonna be hating, they gonna be trying to throw dirt on your name and shit like that. And I agree with what Guardian said about the Charles Darwin and shit like that. You feel me? And I feel like they affect us because it affect our self-esteem and like and affect how you view yourself. So yeah, that's what I think.
All right, that's very interesting. What about you, Nashia?
I think the biggest thing about the stereotypes is like people, like through history, it was easy to give us these stereotypes because where they placed certain Black people, like no matter the ethnicity, things were going on in history like 24/7. So calling us barbaric because of the wars and stuff like that were being fought in various countries, the stuff that was going on in like America and stuff, it was just easy to label us as something. And I guess through the years, like you said, with like self-esteem, some people have like gave in to those stereotypes. And it's just like, I think it's just easy for them to put it off on us because they know that, you know, we have a history. So
I see. What about you, Saya?
I'll definitely say social media is also a fact. Like not social media, but like how these white controlled countries
Oh, the white man.
portray Black people, you know, like movies and
Everything but Africa's accountability.
different types of, you know, online things, and people from other places who are not educated about, you know, different type of Black people. They see this stuff and they see all these Black people. Oh, they ghetto. Oh, they act like this. Oh, they do drugs and stuff like that. They have very narrow views because that's all they see. Because that's all these white people who control the internet portray. You know, and they just want to create a negative energy. I mean,
it's
not
about the white man.
Negative
no
image.
Self-accountability. This is crazy.
I see. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, and I definitely agree. Sule, so okay, I'm gonna basically give you the question. I don't know if you heard it, but how do you think certain stereotypes and racist beliefs about Black people started, and how do you think it affects us?
I think it just started with people trying to divide and conquer the diaspora, and it negatively affected a lot of people. You know, it started having a lot of people believe all these like lies about a lot of people. You know, saying, "Oh, barbaric isn't you are barbaric," or "You are crazy," or "You monk." Like, you know, it's all this nonsense. But that's what I gotta say.
All right. Yeah, I definitely agree with basically what everybody just said, low key. Like, it's like a weird dynamic. So like a couple, it was like 2 days ago, Guardian showed us a video in this VC from Home Team History, and it was sort of like the name of the video was like why Black people are viewed as a threat. And I think you guys, like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Home Team History, you've probably seen the video, and he just talked about like specifically from like a historical standpoint why Black people have sort of been viewed as a threat, and like how actually like the idea that civilization and humans in general started and were birthed in Africa, like it's something that's been known for a very long time, since ancient Greece. Was like the first non-Africans to say that type of stuff were the Greeks, who were saying that it was the Ethiopians or like the Africans who birthed civilization and where all humans come from. And it's crazy how that could be from like, I don't know, like 3,000 years ago, and like 3,000 years later in 2023, like a lot of the stuff that we know today sort of it coincides with what that person said. You know, if you look at ancient Egypt and ancient Nubia, for example, you'll see like the whole tradition of kings and pharaohs that came from the Nubian Sea group. You'll see historically and archaeologically that, you know, civilization.
Yeah, why does dude keep bringing up Egypt
kingship
and a
started within Africa? And then obviously we all know about like things like the out of Africa theory. We know that humanity, you know what I'm saying, the birthplace of humanity is in Africa. Everybody, even, did you guys all hear about that study saying like everybody in the world came from Sudan? Y'all heard that?
Okay,
like,
he must be Sudanese. Yeah.
It was like a study from Oxford University saying like everybody living today is has like originally came from Sudan, so we're all Sudanese. But even too like in the ancient world, like the Arabs, they used to come through Africa, especially West Africa. They seen the West African kingdoms. This was mentioned in the video, and they would see the wealth of especially the West Africans. You know what I mean? And like they would even say like, if you want to escape poverty, make a trip to the Sudan. And they didn't mean like just today's Sudan, but like Sudan as in like basically
Oh
like the
boy.
whole, almost like the Sahel region. You know what I'm saying? Mainly referring to like the West African kingdoms. And so the reason why like I'm bringing all this up is because like it's almost like that dynamic. Like say like I don't know if you guys like I don't know if you the females will relate to this, but like if you're a guy, right, and you got a female and like the guy next to you, he's just better than you in every single way possible. Bro, I'm saying it's the worst, one of the worst feelings, bro. Like this guy, like he's more athletic than you, he's stronger than you, he got more money than you, all that. He's just checking all the boxes. That's what I feel like the kind of dynamic is when it's like when it's kind of like that. Why people view black people as a threat, and why like especially black men, like why like people want to say certain things and like spread certain stereotypes about us. You know what I mean? Like in reality, like us black people, we were just chilling. Like, you know, we didn't ask for racism. We didn't start it. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's my general opinion. I don't know if you guys
You actually
agree.
did start it.
I don't know
You
if you guys
involved
agree with
yourself
the
in
analogy that I
the
just
transatlantic
gave.
slave trade.
That's kind of how I view it. And so the next question that I got for you guys is, have you ever believed in any of these stereotypes, whether you're African or African American? Did you ever believe the African stereotypes of living in huts? How true do you think they are? If you're African, have you ever believed that African Americans are like, you know, ghetto and that type of stereotype? Have you ever believed in these stereotypes? So it's gonna be an interesting one. Start with you, Guardian. Have you ever believed in any of these stereotypes? Yo, you hear me?
Wait, me?
Yeah.
Oh. Alright, so like okay. So with the stereotype thing, right? About Africans, right? The first time I've been I mean I didn't have that type of view on it. I feel like, you know, the thing when I look at it, I just feel like, you know, resources have been taken, things have been stolen, we've been used for years, 400 plus years. So I think like when I was growing up, I already knew the condition that it was already in. So I never had like a stereotype. You feel me? I never had the stereotypes of people being huts and all this shit, man. So yeah.
What about you, Quick?
Me, shit, like hell yeah, cause the brainwashing and shit like that. You feel me? But at the same time, like, bro, if y'all ever see the inside of them African huts, them shits be nice as a motherfucker. Like, I swear to God, bro, them bitches be nice as fuck.
Super
On
cat.
God. But yeah, man. But you know what I'm saying? As you learn and you get older, you start programming yourself from all that bullshit.
All right, yeah, that's good. That's good to hear. What about you, Nasir?
Really, because of my upbringing and like my background, no, I never believed like the certain things that the media portrayed about mostly West Africa, because we didn't really, everything was almost always about West Africa, and when it was about East Africa, it was like always about Sudan. So you never really believed it, because like my mom would be like, yeah, that's not true, blah blah blah, don't believe that. So yeah, none of it really ever stuck with me. So the diaspora war thing is like new in general. So
Okay, I see. What about you, Syed?
Yo, we can't hear it.
Yeah.
Which I bought when I was still a liberal, very much on the left. It's still true, but I would like to add legal immigrants make America great. Okay, just for the record. Now, as everyone who knows, or doesn't know, I am from Kenya, so I'm a Kenyan immigrant. I'm a dual citizen, Kenyan and American. And when I first came to the US, I'd had stories about Black Americans. Now, I will preempt this by saying I prefer not to call people black and white, but for all intents and purposes, and to make this.
Lorraine, thanks for the super chat. I caught it. Lenny's love in the building. Appreciate you very much. Make sure, I don't know if I missed another one, but thank you there. All right. And for those who, Carl Dennis is back in the building. Carlos, that's Carlos, by the way. Carlos Dennis is the one I spoke to. And he's not happy how the conservatives spoke about Puerto Rico. But that's the Carl right there. Don't time him out. You know?
As easy and fast as possible. I'm going to stick with black and white. They're just not terms I prefer to call people because I believe we are not colors. But from the get-go, I believe every African immigrant has some kind of an expectation when they come to America about the so-called Black Americans. Some may expect some kind of sisterhood or brotherhood or friendship or automatic bond, but that is not always the case, and I'll get into why. I did not have a lot of, or I should say, I wasn't exposed to too much negativity, at least not in person, from the get-go, right, when I landed in Georgia. However, when I came to Florida and I would go to the park with my son, and just FYI, he's mixed, I would get certain looks. I sensed a lot of prejudices when he tried playing with the other children and they would be taken away, which, again, at the time, I tried to give people the benefit of the doubt and not to obsess over why they're behaving the way they're behaving, but with time, it has become very apparent to me what's going on. Now, when I became an online creator, this multiplied 1,000-fold. The amount of hate and vitriol and racism I faced was ridiculous. It took me a very long time to realize there were two groups of Black Americans: the conservatives, the real conservatives, and the liberals. Liberals are the most hateful, especially if you don't align with their ideologies, if you don't think like them, if you don't believe like them. Threats, it was ridiculous. It really was. I spoke out against the welfare system and how it's destroying the community. Again, same thing. And this was definitely very eye-opening for me, because when I supported BLM, we were very much friends, right? When I'm all about sharing my culture, we're friendly. But I also told them, don't appropriate, learn about the culture. Don't use Kiswahili names without knowing what they mean. If your name is Imani or Amani or Baraka or Zawadi, do you know where that name comes from? Do you know it's a Kiswahili name? Do you know what it means? Or do you just grab what you think belongs to you because you feel entitled to the continent and it's all its culture? Do your homework, right? But me saying these things made people angry and upset. When I said Disney should stop Wakandanizing Africa, people should stop watching Black is King and thinking that's what Africa is like. Africa is both very diverse, both metropolitan and rural. All of these things are Africa. It's not one or the other. But when I say that, they get out angry with me. So again, this is one aspect that has taken a very long time for me to adjust to, because again, you come with an expectation that they're going to treat you a certain way. But then, even with my conservative friends, I'm coming to realize that some of them aren't as aligned with me as I thought we were, because when I look at a conservative, and I know we come in a huge array of, we're diverse, right? We're not all the same. But I have an expectation when I see a conservative, and this is my biggest difference between the conservative Black Americans and liberal Black Americans. The conservative Black Americans don't ascribe to collectivism, right? They don't see people as a group. They don't see themselves as a group. They're individuals. They push for the individual rights, individual acknowledgements, individual identities. They don't believe that Black people are a monolith or that white people are a monolith, because being a certain skin tone or color doesn't make you think a certain way, correct? They believe in capitalism, free speech, etc., etc. The liberal black Americans are the ones who believe in the welfare system. They believe in reparations. They believe in holding all white people accountable for their problems. They believe in zero accountability, socialism. The conservative black Americans believe